Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Love, Life, and Energy. I'm your host, Michelle Chung. Today, we're going to deep dive into this something really, really special, and we're talking about quantum manifesting and how you can actually use this in your life in a really powerful way, and how this actually differs from regular manifesting. Now, I know the word quantum might sound a little scientific, and don't worry, I'm going to break it down in a really easy to understand way and in a way that is actually practical so you can use it in your life. Okay, so when you're grasping how this energy actually impacts you, this attraction, it's going to work on a quantum level, you can really unlock a really different way of calling in love. So if you've ever felt stuck in relationships, you've wondered why love isn't flowing for you, or you're just curious about how to do this in a different way, or the science behind attraction, this episode is for you. So we're going to get started. Welcome to Love, Life, and Energy. I'm Michelle Chung, and this podcast is your go-to sanctuary for personal growth, designed for busy, career-driven women who are ready to embrace their highest potential and not settle for an average, ordinary life. Let's grow and manifest your dream life together. So quantum manifestation it's based on the principles of quantum physics. So that's the idea that everything in the universe is made up of energy, including you as a human being and your emotions as well. So on a quantum level, your thoughts, your beliefs and emotions, they create an energetic wave that ripples out into the universe. That's when it gets exciting. This is when the frequency that you emit attracts experiences that will match that same frequency. So we're talking in very scientific terms of like attracts like, very basic concept in science, right? So this means that if you're vibrating at the frequency of love, then you attract love. If you vibrate at the frequency of fear or lack, then you're going to experience more lack and fear. If you align your energy with your soulmate even before they arrive, then they'll actually be drawn to you like a magnet. That's the basic, simplest way you can explain it. And so that's why manifesting, it's not about thinking positively. That's just your mental capacity. It's about being an energetic match. So embodying that frequency to that love that you want. Now, how can you use that quantum manifestation to attract love? So how you actually apply this in your life, let me give you just 3 key steps. So firstly, you're going to have to shift your frequency to love. So most people, they send out these signals of doubt and fear, worry, not feeling good enough. These are things that they have deep down that they don't realize are actually emanating, and people can feel that. So it's, even if you look a certain way, you may pretend to be happy, or you may be happy, actually happy, but deep down, if you're still carrying these old wounds, that self-doubt, limiting beliefs, like love, it doesn't work out for me, I'm good at everything else, but relationships I really suck at, that's the energy you're projecting, and you're also attracting it back. Okay. So we're talking about embodiment now. So I just did an episode about embodying. This is really to have that frequency in your body and having it at a state that you feel it and you know it, and not just know it logically. Does that make sense? That feeling in your body, that's embodiment. But when you're just thinking like the concept of it, that's not embodiment. That's logicalizing, making it rational in your head. Okay. So some things you can do is act like the soulmate version of yourself. Take yourself through those actions that you would in that soulmate loving relationship, to feel that love in your daily life, whether it be through gratitude practices, feeling joy and self-care, and saying affirmations like, I am love, I embody it in myself, and that love flows effortlessly to me. So a really good way is also collapsing time, but actually living it as if it's already happened. So I know this is a concept that might even sound cliche, or maybe this is the first time you're hearing it. when you're in your like, remember when you're as a kid and you were in your happiest mode, your happiest self, you didn't have worries, or, there were moments when you were just feeling pure joy. That's when you attract, the fun playmates. Your best friend maybe came to you at that time. That was the most purest, innocent sense of that joy. That was embodying that joy and love. So quantum physics tells us that actually all possibilities already exist. There are multiple versions of you out there in the world that already exist for you, and some of them already exist with a soulmate. So it's about bringing that alternate reality into this timeline, into this reality. So your love story, it's already written, it's already out there. The things that you've been journaling about, it's already happened. That's why you're able to journal it in this life. You're able to tap into that frequency, that feeling of love, and that relationship, and you're able to write about it because it already exists. So the fastest way to manifest is to step into that reality of now. So when you're visualizing your ideal relationship, have it in the present tense. Don't write about it or imagine it or visualize it as if it's something happening in the future. Need to visualize it as if it's happening now, like you're embodying it now, that you can feel it in your body now. And then feeling those emotions of love, security, excitement every day, even if it doesn't feel like true for you, you need to find some truth in it, in other ways in your life. So you also have to trust that what you desire, it's already yours. It's not out there that you're chasing it, because that's that chasing energy, which will have it keep moving further away, and you have to keep chasing it. So we need to have that feeling that it's aligned with you, and that you can actually just trust, let it go, and stay open. And when you're open, the right relationships, the right opportunities, the right people will be attracted to you. So the biggest mistake people make when manifesting, it's forcing how love should happen. So the universe has many different ways of how your soulmate will come to you, but only if you kind of like are open to it. So for example, I've had clients where they've said, I want to bump into him at the coffee shop, at my local coffee shop, and I want it to happen on a regular day. So there's a point in your visualization and detail in your process that you can be detailed only so far. But when it comes to like, it has to be this way, and I don't have to do anything for it, that's not manifestation. That's forcing things to happen. So on the other hand, an example could be that I didn't know why I was supposed to move to Spain in 2019. It was an idea that came to me through a friend who mentioned something about getting a visa in Barcelona. And to me, my intuition said, go for it. I had no idea why at the time. I did not know that this was going to be a pivotal moment where I would actually meet my soulmate. If I hadn't gone to Barcelona and followed my intuition and been open to meeting my soulmate in whatever way, and I didn't even think that moving there was actually going to mean that I was going to meet him. I just know that I had to go there and move there. So that's what I mean about surrendering that control. Okay. So instead of obsessing over it's got to be a certain way, we can affirm to ourselves something like, I trust the universe to bring me the perfect love in divine timing. So when you release that resistance, you also allow the love to flow effortlessly to you. So there's a study in the Journal of Psychology, or Positive Psychology, and it said that individuals who practice gratitude and that positive visualization always seem to attract healthier relationships and also experience deeper emotional connection as well. And this is one of my favorite quotes from Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's very famous. If you're in personal growth, you probably heard a lot about him and trained with, seen his teachings and maybe even worked with him. He's also very much into quantum physics and manifestation. He says, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So maybe this is the first time you've heard this, or maybe you've heard this many times before, and it's always a good way to remind yourself that embodying that frequency of love, peace, joy, it's one of the best things you can do that helps that manifestation come into reality. And that's why that self-love, that energetic alignment, it's everything when it comes to manifesting love. So if you're learning to trust this quantum process, this is just a very fancy way of saying manifesting of universal law. I've heard people become very skeptical about quantum physics when I talk about it, because it's like, what do you know about quantum physics? You're not a scientist. But literally, this is a law this is a field of science that people have been very skeptical or protective or cynical about. But this is one of the most important sciences that we have out there that we haven't delved into fully. And that's learning how to use these energetic laws to our advantage rather than be at the mercy of them. Okay. So if you've been searching for your soulmate, I just want you to take a deep breath. And focus on trust. You don't have to chase love. It's already coming towards you. The key to that is to align with it. Embody love and frequencies like peace and joy. And live as if it's already yours. Because on a quantum level, it already is. So if you're ready to master quantum manifestation for love, I'd like to invite you to my free masterclass, how to meet your soulmate without dating. So you can go ahead and click on that link in the show notes. You can register for free and you can understand my particular process on how you can actually attract your soulmate without doing the dating thing. And I'll teach you all that in that masterclass. We're going to go much deeper into how to follow your soul path so that you can attract your soulmate. So that's pure alignment on the deepest level. And it's not attracting codependent relationships that you may have had in the past, and you want to upgrade to a totally new level of relationships. This is definitely for you. So you can go ahead and sign up for that now. So thank you so much for joining me on Love, Life, and Energy. I hope this has been really useful for you. Again, if you've loved this episode, make sure you subscribe so you can always get the episodes. We're also on YouTube, so make sure you go and check that out as well if you want to watch these videos. And if someone you know in your life who's amazing, who's also an incredible woman like yourself, and maybe she needs to hear this today. So please go ahead and share this episode with her and any of the other episodes that you feel relevant. And we can all empower ourselves on a much greater level when we're sharing this information and empowering each other. So I hope you've loved this episode, and I'll see you next time.